Welcome to Three Questions with the Symphonia, and we are here today, we're so excited, with Principal Harp, Deborah Fleisher. She's going to be performing a solo this weekend at the Symphonia's next live concert called Love the Symphonia. It happens to take place on Valentine's Day. We're so excited. Deborah, thank you.
I'm happy to be here, Julie. Thank you.
We're so excited to hear you this weekend, but tell us a little bit about, I know you came from a family of musicians, but what made you specifically choose the harp as your instrument?
Well, I come from a family of harpists. I'm third generation harpist. My grandmother was a harpist. She had quite a varied professional life. She played with Charlie Parker. She played with Peggy Lee. She played with Charlie Mingus. And the harp was always around. My dad was a pianist, but I was not pulled towards the piano as much as I was the harp. I mean, it's just, you can make the harp sound beautiful no matter what you play, as long as it's in tune and, and you're in the right key, it sounds great. So yeah, and I have my uncle was a harpist with the Chicago Symphony. My brother and his wife are professional harpists. My sister plays. So it's just sort of, it was inevitable.
So do you all get together and play the harp at family reunions, or?
Well, absolutely. Absolutely. We're always playing for each other. We're probably our biggest supporters and biggest critics. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to play for my brother over Zoom tomorrow. Yeah, playing together is fun. Or to quote my sister-in-law, we'll fight when we're playing together, and then we'll all go out to eat, and everything will be fine.
That sounds like a wonderful family activity. How great that you can all play that. So harp, it's all fingers, like piano or something. I mean, how do you train your fingers, and tell us a little bit about how to play?
Well, it's like any other instrument. You start out with very slow, and because the harp is such a chordal instrument, we like to play single notes and strengthen all the fingers. We don't use our pinkies when we play. We 1, 2, 3, 4, and you do scales, you do exercises. We play arpeggios. It's really, the process is just like any other musical instrument. The thing about it though is that if, as I said before, if the harp is in tune, you could make something like Twinkle Twinkle Little Star sound beautiful. Whereas, on an instrument like the violin, the challenge is to play the notes in tune. On the harp, it becomes a lovely little lullaby even.
Is there anything that you particularly love to play with the harp? Do you have a favorite piece or composer?
Well, the piece I'm playing Sunday is actually one of my favorite pieces. The Debussy dances, Sacred and Profane. It's beautiful. It's kind of glorious, as is the Ravel introduction and Allegro. I love playing Mahler's symphonies because in those pieces, unlike pieces like Debussy and Ravel, where you have lots of chords, you can focus on single notes. That doesn't happen all that often with harp music, usually because we have the ability to play so many notes at one time. You're not often offered the chance to focus on one note at a time.
Wow, that's really interesting. So you have a long and storied career. Tell us about some of the famous people you have performed with and where you have performed.
Well, I guess some of my favorite memories are having played with Frank Sinatra. Frank Sinatra Jr. Yeah, I played with Frank Sinatra at Kravis. And let's see, who else did I play with there? Steve Lawrence and Edie Gourmet, and I've played with Tony Bennett. I played with Ella Fitzgerald in Baltimore, and the three tenors, Pavarotti and Jose Carreras and Placido Domingo. They were giving concerts together. I have played with all three of them individually. And probably one of the most exciting times for me has been playing, and I think I've done it 8 or 9 times. I've played with Andrea Bocelli, and that's a riot, because you know, you're playing in front of 18,000 people in an arena, and the roar is deafening, absolutely deafening. I've played King and I. I've been in the pit for King and I with Yul Brynner. One time Rudolf Nureyev was the king. Yeah, I'm really grateful that I came up during a time when people like this were out and performing and doing different things. Oh, I did Camelot with Robert Goulet. Yeah, it's Gladys Knight and the Pips. I played with Gladys Knight and the Pips, and the Moody Blues. You know, it's Joni Mitchell.
I was just going to say, did you ever play with any rock bands? But yes, you have. That's great.
Yes, yeah, it is.
Fantastic. Well, we cannot wait to see you this Sunday, and hopefully again very soon too. Where I'm sure you're glad to be back to live music.
Oh God, I can't wait. I'm so excited just to see all those faces and yes, and to play to actual people. I'm really very, very happy for the opportunity. So thank you, Boca Symphonia.
Well, it looks like hopefully and not too far in the future we'll be able to do this more often. So let's all hope that that's the case.
Yes, can't wait.
Because we as participants, we love it too. We love hearing you guys. So Zoom is great, but you know.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, Deborah, thank you so much for your time today. And again, we can't wait to see you on Sunday.
Thank you, Julie. Thank you very much.